Hello, good morning everyone. Nice to see so many people logged in. So today we are supposed to do something little bit beyond the grammar. So we have planned that earlier, right? So tell me first, you would like to go for grammar right now or techniques of public speaking? So let me see whatever you want first. We will cover both. Which one you want first? Grammar, that is parts of speech, or the skill of public speaking? I'll just keep checking the chat. Checking the chat. Okay, we will end in an interesting note. We will start with the grammar and then we will shift into the domain of public speaking. Great. So let's start. Let's not waste any more time, and I will reduce my picture frame so that you can see the PPT properly. I hope I'm visible. You need not see me, see the PowerPoint presentation. That will be interesting. So let's go for this slideshow from beginning. And we have covered all these points: sentences, questions like interrogative sentences, imperative sentences, exclamatory sentences, subject and predicate we have covered. We have solved these exercises that we had, and then the phrase we have covered. We have covered the clause and the types of clause: dependent clause, independent clause, adverb clause, adjective clause, noun clause. Now we come today to something very, very interesting, and that is parts of speech. So in grammar, if you do not know the parts of speech properly, you cannot construct the sentences properly. So parts of speech is a very, very important component to construct sentences grammatically correct. Now, how important is being grammatically correct? See, whenever you are using a language, you need to follow the rules. That's the first simple thing. Spoken English and written English varies a little bit. In spoken English, we can afford to, go a little bit here and there. Grammatical errors are acceptable, but when you make grammatical errors in written English, it really strikes the eye. The first mistake that you make grammatically, immediately the person who is looking at your writing will have a negative impression about you. So we will try to ensure that you are not grammatically wrong when you are writing a sentence or when you are answering your test papers. So this is one of the very important things that you have to understand, that few things, if you learn properly in grammar, the chances of going wrong becomes minimum. Now, you did not learn the whole grammar book. You need not learn the whole grammar book. There are specific chapters where you cannot go wrong. For example, I said yesterday, the sentence, the basic construction of sentence, you cannot go wrong. The second thing is the parts of speech. You have to understand what parts of speech are and how to use them. The third thing is the subject and verb agreement. The subject and verb agreement, if it is wrong, then people, your English sounds bad. Subject verb agreement has to be correct. And the next thing is probably the tenses. Very, very important. That is one thing that I find a lot of students make mistakes in. The tenses. They start in the past tense and then shift to present tense, then sometimes go to the future tense. So the shifting of tenses make your English sound really bad. And when you write down something, even people who are reading it gets a very negative impression about you. They get lost. Sometimes I start with past tense, and then I shift to a present tense, then to future tense, the people get jumbled up. What's happening? Where is the writer or the speaker really is? Is he in the past or is he in the present? It's confusing. So we will try to avoid these errors. So parts of speech, tenses, sentence, phrase, clause, basic things. If you learn these things, I think your English will be fairly good. The next thing is structure. Very important. You know, the structure of the sentence. Now it is said that this English is not our mother tongue. We speak English as a third language or a second language at times, but English is not our mother tongue. So what are the difficulties that arise because of English being not our mother tongue? The first thing is we think in a colloquial language or the regional language where we belong. So we think in that language. We try to convert or translate that into English and then start speaking English or writing English. Now here the problem comes. This translation process, what we do sometimes, we go for literal translation. So literal translation is not good in English. What is literal translation? For example, I'm giving a funny example, but it's not right. But let's say, let's put it in this way. Let me think 1 minute. I'm trying to search a very common mistake that we make. Yes, let's say, I got it. In Hindi we say, Namaste, आपका शुभ नाम क्या है? आपका शुभ नाम ना क्या है? ये बहुत common हिंदी है. In English, when we translate that in exactly the literal translation, we ask, hello, what is your good name? What do you mean by good name? That means, is there a bad name as well? So that is what goes wrong in Hindi translated to English. आपका शुभ नाम क्या है? हम लोग उसको what is your good name? So that part is very, very confusing. You know, like do not go for literal translation. Now let's come to parts of speech. Let's come to parts of speech. As you know, there are 8 parts of speech. So these 8 parts of speeches are the noun, the pronoun, the adjective, the verb, the adverb, the preposition, the conjunction, and interjection. Now one more thing I forgot to tell you, in English communication, your accent and clarity of accent is very, very important when you are speaking it in particular. So right now the English that I'm speaking with you, this is more Indian English. The reason I do that is people understand the Indian accent properly. Now if I would have been speaking to someone in the Western country, I would have spoken English in a different way. I have worked with Wipro for around 3 years, and there I was constantly interacting with Americans. And you know, when we interact with Americans, our English that we speak in India, they do not understand. They keep telling, say what now, say what now. It took some time for me to understand, say what now, matlab kya bol rahe ho? I'm not understanding. So initially I was struggling with American English, but thankfully I studied in a school where our rector was an American. So I got a lot of practice of American English. But again, after the school, during my junior college, that is 11th and 12th, and after that again in graduation, I lost touch with my English. So when I got back to this American English again in Wipro, it was a really hard time. So what we will do in these English classes, we will try to shift from Indian English to little bit of neutral or a little bit of Western English, right? So that we understand how it sounds like. So let's tell the names of the parts of speech one more time. So it's noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. So do you see how I pronounce it? In India I said noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. So we try to make the sounds of T and R and D very bold, because that is the way we speak in Hindi, Marathi. एक sound अपना बहुत bold sound है, तो वो sound के चक्कर में हम लोग English का भी sound उस तरह से बना लेते हैं. But if you go to native English speakers, what they will do, they will say it's a noun, It's a pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. So that is how we pronounce it. Now let's come out from the pronunciation part and shift to what is a noun. Let's read a few sentences where we get an example of noun. Akbar was a great king. Akbar was a great king. So here, Akbar and king are marked in bold. Kolkata is on the banks of river Hooghly. Here Kolkata and Hooghly are names. The rose smells sweet. So rose is a name. The sun shines bright. Sun is a name. His courage won him the honor. Courage. The courage and the honor are again names. Names of something. I'll come to what that thing is. I'm writing thing over here. So it said a noun is a word used as the name of a person, place, or thing. I'll repeat that one more time. A noun is a word used as the name of a person, place, or thing. So you see, people, places, animals, things. These are all nouns. मतलब कोई भी चीज का नाम हम लोग अगर बता रहे हैं, so that becomes a noun. Clear? Now we'll shift to the next slide. Types of nouns. Now here comes the most interesting part. You know, in different books you will find different types of nouns given, but I'll just try to cover the chat as well because I don't want to really miss if you have typed in something. Right, so we will go into the types of noun. So one is concrete noun, that is common noun and proper noun. Car, dog, Richard, London. Now what is a common noun and what is a proper noun? Proper noun is something which is a specific name. For example, Richard. Richard is a specific name. All boys or all men cannot be called as Richard. So when we say Richard, it means a particular person. So that is a proper noun. And common noun is a car, a dog. Now I'll share with you a very interesting fact that happened with me in school, you know. This is really lovely. You will love this, I'm pretty sure. What happened, I was in school and I had a subject of my mother tongue, that is Bengali. And in Bengali, we were given translations. A sentence was written in Bengali and we had to translate that into English. Slides are not properly visible. Let me check what's going wrong. Just give me a minute. Okay, I'll do something. I'll bring in the slide first. Okay, now you can only see the slides. You cannot see me. Is that okay? All right, now let's come to this the story that I was telling you. You know, while studying, stories are very important. If you do not listen to stories, classes become very boring, you know. So concrete noun, I was telling an example. In my school, I was given the job. In fact, it was a test where the teacher has given a sentence which was supposed to be translated into English. So the sentence was in Bengali. I do not understand whether you'll follow it or not, but I think you will follow it. It's very Hindi, Bengali, Marathi, very similar. Amader desher naam Bharatvarsho. So that was the sentence. What it means? Hamara desh ka naam Bharatvarsh hai. So when I was translating, what I did, I made a mistake. I read, I wrote rather, I wrote the name of my country is Bharatvarsha. So then, as you know what happened, the teacher crossed it out. The teacher said, wrong. And those days I was very obstinate in class, you know. If I was not convinced, or even if I was wrong, I used to try to defend myself. So what I did, I just searched grammar books like anything. And then I went back to the teacher and said, so why did you cut it? He said, what? I have cut it. The name of my country is India. I said, fine, sir, but show me in grammar book where proper noun can be translated. And then the fun began. What happened? Proper noun moment I said that it cannot be translated, the grammar teacher could not, object to that. It's a very common thing that proper nouns may not be translated. For example, if I say, let's say, I had this in my school, proper noun translation, another classic example. I hope the teacher does not mind it. We have a teacher whose the name of his wife is Varsha. So what he has done is, he has saved on his mobile Varsha as rain, R-A-I-N. Now just think about it. I loved that. Honestly, I loved that when I found rain calling. So it looks very good. But then it's a proper noun, Varsha, which necessarily does not need to be translated. So proper nouns need not be translated. In Western countries, proper noun do not have meanings most of the time. Richard, I do not know it. It's not a meaning in English. We do not have a meaning in English. But let's say Swarup, my name. It can be translated into own appearance. Own appearance. So if I say my name is own appearance, does it sound good? So name of my country is Bharatvarsha. When I wrote it, the teacher actually had to give it a tick mark. I don't understand why slides are blurry. Let me just check what's going wrong. I'll just change the next slide. Just check if it is blurry or not. Let me just check one more time. Hold on. Is it still blurry? Is it still blurry? Just tell me the next slide. Is it blurry? Is the next slide blurry? This is blurry or this is clear? Sarvesh Warade has given me a suggestion. Sir, ask them to set their video quality on 480p. So video quality, if you set it to 480p, it will be more clear. But honestly speaking, on my mobile, I'm using my mobile. Now you can see what is the quality of the slide. Here you see it. It's not blurry, right? So increase your picture quality. I'm using a mobile. I'm logged in from a different account, but I can see clearly that it's not blurry. I'll just try to show you. 1 minute. I don't know whether you're able to see it or not, but it's not blurry. Anyway, we don't want to waste time. Let's go to the next topic. I'm sorry if it's blurry for some people. Try to adjust your video quality, and I'm pretty sure you can see it properly. So very quickly, I'll go to the slideshow again. So first one was common noun and proper noun. Common noun are things or names which need not be for a specific person, like a car. I do not know whose car it is. It can be anyone's car, so it's a common noun. Dog. If the dog is referring to a general name, a class of animals, then we call it a common noun. But Richard is a specific name. London is a specific name. We do not have London in any part of the other part of the world, so it's a specific name, and that is the reason it's called proper noun. Now abstract nouns are examples: drawback, fraction, holdout, uptake, joy, fiction. So abstract nouns are things we have given name to, but we cannot actually touch them. Abstract. So that is called an abstract noun. Countable and uncountable nouns. So a pen can be counted, a book can be counted, girls can be counted, chairs can be counted, water can be counted. Yeah, it's wrong. Water cannot be counted. A glass of water can be counted, but water cannot be counted. So water, uncountable. Rice, it can be counted, but it's difficult. You do not get rice by counting it, right? Give me 2,000 rice grains. We say 1 kilo. So rice as a grain is not counted, so it's uncountable. So whatever we can count easily, it's countable. Whatever we cannot count easily is uncountable. Collective noun. When we refer to a group of things together, we call it a collective noun. For example, the school. School, moment we hear that term school, we understand that it's a group of students of different age groups coming to the building to study. Right. So collective nouns are those nouns which are referring to rather a group of people or things. Now colony. What do you mean by colony? Colony is again a place where same type of different individuals stay. Not only human beings, it can be a colony of ants, it can be a colony of bacteria. Class. Class is again a group of students belonging to the same age group maybe. So class. A bunch of grapes. A bunch of grapes is again a group of grapes put together. So these are collective nouns. So very quickly, 4 revisions. The first one is concrete noun, which is common noun and proper noun. Abstract noun, which is things which we cannot count or touch or feel. In fact, we can feel it, but we cannot touch and count it. Countable and uncountable noun, things that can be easily counted are countable nouns, cannot be easily counted, uncountable noun. Now comes the collective noun, which is a group of people. Compound nouns are 2 nouns put together and mixed up. For example, myself. Myself. So sometimes people, they introduce themselves. Myself, Rohit. So myself, Rohit. Here you're telling my and self. My is also a noun. Self is also a noun. Cowboy. Cowboy. This is pretty much a separate noun called cowboy, which means a specific group of people who used to, take care of cattle, and they used to go for hunting. That was in America. Boyfriend. Now, boy is a noun. What type of noun is a boy? Is it a common noun or is it a proper noun? And what type of noun is a friend? Is it a common noun or proper noun? Tell me now. Very good. We have got common answers. In fact, right answers. Common noun. So these are all common nouns. So boy and friend put together, it becomes a boyfriend, which means something else. A boy who is a friend is also a boyfriend. But when we refer to as a boyfriend, something else comes to our mind. Anyway, classmate. Classmate. Class is again a noun. Mate means friend. So classmate is a friend of the class. Output. Out is a noun, put is a noun, put together is output. Next is Nouns we have covered. Possessive noun. Possessive noun is boy's ball, girl's doll, my friend's house, teacher's book, my father, Soham's book. So all the name where we use apostrophe s and then tell it's a noun, or use a noun after apostrophe s, so that becomes a possessive noun. For example, Rakesh's school. Rakesh, apostrophe s, Rakesh's school. The school where Rakesh studies, so he possesses that school. It is his school, right? See, this slide is a smaller slide. Do not be worried. I'm telling all the terms. If you want, you can just note it down. It's a lot of small things are put in one slide. So I'm trying to go a little bit faster. Just write down the names and then we will try to send you this slide on WhatsApp group. Don't worry about this particular slide. So regular plural noun are cars, bags, pens, books, girls, boys, etc. So whenever we use a plural with a noun, that is multiple number of the same thing, we call it a plural noun, right? For example, boy is a noun, which is a common noun. To make it a plural noun, we will say boys. Girl is a common noun. To make it plural, we say girls, just like that. An irregular plural noun is men, women. Here we do not add s at the end. Men and women, when we say that, people, feet, teeth, children, etc., these are irregular plural noun. What it means, just by adding the s, it does not become plural. For example, men is the plural of man. Women is the plural of woman. Children is the plural of child. So we do not say childs, we do not say men's, we do not say women's, we do not say fits. So when we say these things, when we say all these things, it is the different types of nouns. So concrete noun, abstract noun, countable noun, uncountable noun. We have covered all these things. Now different types of noun. Now let's go to the pronouns. We'll very quickly cover the types. We will come back later on. So pronoun is a word used instead of a noun. Shyam is absent because he is ill. The books are where you left them. So he is a replacement of the word Shyam. So Shyam is replaced by he. So whatever replaces a noun is a pronoun. We will come to the types of pronoun later on. Very quickly we will cover. Okay, someone is telling me to ask questions very quickly. Okay. Let's see who gives the answer quickly. One countable noun, one uncountable noun. So you write countable C dash the answer, uncountable U dash the answer. And I want one proper noun and one common noun. Very quickly, let's see the answers. Yeah, Naeem Ahmad Siddiqui has written countable is book. Very good. And Vikas Bangare has written classmate countable. Good. Soham Bhore, a glass of water countable. Okay. Rice uncountable. Good. Om Narkhade, book, constable, water, uncountable. So book is countable. It's not constable. You have probably written countable. It became constable because of typing error. So book is countable, water uncountable. Very good. Pen countable. Manas Chaudhary has written pen countable and stars uncountable. All right. Very good. Shriya Sadavarte, Barkha Pandit, Laksh Udhani, Naeem Ahmad Siddiqui, given right answer. Kalpana Mandaura, Kavita Thakur, countable, cards, uncountable hairs, right? Shyam Kotecha, countable notebooks, very good. Bhakti Marpani, countable girls, uncountable water. Poonam Taide, countable books you have given. A lot of people have written books. So common noun, now we have new answers. Shiv Baraje Yogesh Patil, countable apple, uncountable water. Good. We've got a lot of answers now. Sanjay Rane, Prashant Sato, Sarim Sheikh, Nimita Fase, Kalpana Ingre, Sarthak Sauji, Yash Tarkhere. A lot of people have given right answer. Good, very good. It's going on fine. Aditya Deshmukh, Kailash Verma, soil. You've written soil. Soil is what? What type of noun is soil? Kailash Verma. Think and write. It's a noun, but what type of noun is it? Now we come to the next slide. Note. See, you cannot see these slides, understandable, because a lot of things are written in that, you know. This is a picture we have put over there. The slide is visible. You try to adjust your video settings. And you see these slides that I have written with my hands, like, you know, typed it for you. These slides will be visible for you. The word thing includes all objects that we can see, hear, taste, touch, or smell. So whatever we can see, hear, taste, touch, or smell, and something that we can think of but cannot perceive or feel by our senses. We can think of but we cannot feel by our senses. So what are the senses? Vision, hearing, taste, touch. So thing is almost anything that we can see, hear, taste, touch, smell, or think. So whenever we use the word thing in nouns, understand this. Clear? Okay, so we have covered 30 minutes, 35 minutes rather. Very quickly we will finish the parts of speech and go to public speaking skills. So pronoun is done. Adjective. Again, do not be bothered about the small pictures over here. I'll read it for myself, and then whatever I'm reading, you can hear it. If it's visible to you, wonderful. Adjective. An adjective is a word used to add something to the meaning of a noun. So whenever something that adds value to the noun is an adjective. For example, he is a brave boy. Boy is a noun. What type of boy is he? Brave. So whatever the qualities we are talking about, we learned that yesterday, remember? Adjective clause rather. He is a brave boy. So brave describes the quality of the boy. So brave becomes an adjective. There are 20 boys in this class. So it describes more about the class. So what is the quality of the class? The class has 20 boys. So 20 becomes a quality. Third is, Sachin is an awesome cricketer. Sachin is an awesome cricketer. So what type of cricketer is Sachin? He is an awesome cricketer. Very good. So it is an adjective because it tells the quality. Now, what I want from you is, again, a very small funny game that we will play. For example, let's have a few examples. Now, my name is Swarup. So I can say, I have to add a quality to my name and write it down. For example, with Swarup, S is the first alphabet. So I'll have to match the adjective with that first alphabet. So it can be smart Swarup. It can be sensible Swarup. Right? Anything like that. So you have to write your name with the adjective that you feel most represents you. Whatever quality you think that you are for that quality, you can be defined with that quality, write that quality, but one thing is there, you have to match with the first alphabet of your name. And a few good ones I'll definitely read out over here. Okay, I got the first one. Kind Khushbu. Very good. Naeem Ahmed has written for me. Sharp Swarup. Okay, good. But I want your name, Mr. Naeem. Can you think of something that starts with N? Kind Shitij. Amazing Atharva. Appreciative Amaya. Swapnil, your name starts with S, so you have to think with something with S, an adjective with S. Smart Shubham. Awesome Om. Awesome, okay, you've written in a colloquial way of writing. Awesome basically starts with AWE, but you've written awesome, it's okay, we will go with that. Funny Fairs, wonderful. Then Happy Hetal, Joyful Janavi, Joker Jay, Rockstar Rohan, Marvelous Manas, Smart Sujal, Smart Swanand, Amazing Anurag, Dear Devesh, Dear, fine, that's good. Kind Kushali, Soham Patil, it's not Kind Soham, you have to think something with S. Nice Neeraj, Obedient Om, Sensitive Sneha, Amazing Atharva, Obedient Om, very good. Talented Tejaswini, Valuable Vedant, different way, think of an adjective with P. But pretty, normally girls are pretty. Okay, Naughty Girl, Om Gavhare. Advik, you have to think with something with A. Youthful Yuja, very good, Youthful Yuja. Brave Bhakti, Sensational Swapnil, Silent Shritej, Active Aditya, wonderful. You people have given a lot of names. Awesome Aryan, Unnati Mota, Unique Unnati, very good. Prince Pranav, nice. Ranger Rutra Pratap, that's unique. Nice. Namrata, Sober Soham, okay. Good. We have got these. So adjectives, I hope it is clear with you. Anything that defines you properly is an adjective. Let's come to the next word. Verb. Verb, you all know, are action words. So whatever denotes an action, it is a verb. I will not elaborate it right now because verbs you have learned since class 1 or 2, right? So Path is playing football, playing is a verb. Kolkata is a big city, is a verb, because it's not only about action words, it's also about possession, sense, emotion, mental state, and others. So these are called static verbs. We will come to the types of verbs later on, but whenever we describe a particular state, particular condition, so that condition is also a verb. For example, Kolkata is a big city. Why is a verb? Because is actually telling about a condition, that the condition is Kolkata is a big city. Iron and copper are useful metals. Again, it's a state. Iron, copper are useful metals. So these are states being described. So that is called a verb. Clear? Types of verb, not today. We'll cover some other day. Adverb. Adverb is something that describes a verb, is an adverb. Anything that describes a verb is an adverb. Alright. Example, he worked the sum quickly. He worked. Worked was the thing that he did with the sum. He was working on the sum. How he worked? Quickly. So anything that describes the verb or adds more to the verb, it is called an adverb. This flower is very beautiful. So it's not only a verb. Something being added to the adjective or another adverb can also be an adverb. For example, the first one, he worked the sum quickly, is a verb, is an adverb which adds to the verb worked. This flower is very beautiful. Very is an adverb which adds something to the adjective of the flower that is beautiful. So beautiful is an adjective. उसके बारे में बोल रहा है जो, वो भी adverb है. तो adjective के बारे में अगर कुछ बोला जा रहा है, that is also an adverb. She pronounced the word quite correctly. So pronounced correctly. Correctly is an adverb because pronounced is the verb. Correctly, pronounced correctly is the adverb. Now we are telling more about that adverb. Quite correctly. Quite correctly is an adverb. This is quite, which is telling more about correctly, which is an adverb. This is an adjective, telling about it more is very. And then some quickly. So some, he worked is a verb, describing it quickly. So now that is, we have done adverb. We will be staying till here, right? Now we will look at the other parts of speech. Let's go to that verb. We have completed adverbs. Types of adverb will come back later on. Preposition. Preposition is a word used with a noun or pronoun to show how the person or thing denoted by the noun or pronoun stands in relation to something else. For example, there is a cow in the garden. I have to write over here a. There is a cow in the garden. The girl is fond of music. A fair little girl sat under a tree. So this in, of and under, what it does. So it's a word used with a noun or a pronoun to show how the person or thing denoted by the noun or pronoun stands in relation to something else. So we are trying to show the relation between two nouns or two pronouns. That is called the preposition. For example, this remote and my hand. Remote is a noun, hand is a noun. Both the things are nouns. Now I have to bring in a relation. The remote is in my hand. In is the preposition. Now the remote is on my head. So remote is a noun, head is a noun, relation with each other, it's on my head. So whatever we tell about, like whenever we connect two nouns, two pronouns, and try to get a relation between these two, this is called a preposition. Very good. Now we will go to the next part. Preposition list. Conjunction. We covered conjunction yesterday, remember? This Ram and Sham example. So conjunctions are words used to join together. So Ram and Sham are cousins. 2 and 2 make 4. I ran fast but missed the train. I ran fast. Feelings as hooray, we won the game. So hooray, injection, it's interjection. Remember? Great. So now we have got another 14-15 minutes. We'll stop over here with the grammar part and come to something that is more interesting, and that is public speaking. Now for that, I'll reduce the slides and minimize those slides and come on your screen as a full picture. All right. The moment I see myself on the mobile, yes, I have seen myself now coming live on the mobile. So what I'll do now, we will talk about public speaking. Now, when we talk about public speaking, there are a few things that I need to talk about. And let me just clarify why I wanted to conduct this public speaking class in the English class. Now, before I do it, should I give 1 minute break? Do you need a minute of break? We can go a little bit, 5 minutes or 10 minutes past 12, does not matter. Is break needed? Hindi में भी बोलेंगे. Radhe Rajput tells me please tell in Hindi. I will try to tell in Hindi also. Do not worry. I'll just give a small short break, 30 seconds. Let me just wet my voice. All right, now we come to this part where we are talking about public speaking. Now I will talk about certain things which, I will take a little bit of public speaking class every day. Whenever I'm running a class, a little bit about public speaking will really help you. I have learned public speaking myself, and then what I'm going to do is, whatever I've learned, I'll try to share with you, right? So the first thing is, there are some misconceptions. The first misconception is public speaking is only for professional speakers. So some people say मुझे पब्लिक स्पीकिंग से क्या लेना देना, मुझे थोड़ी लोगों का सामने खड़ा होकर बोलना है, मैं ओरेटर थोड़ी हूँ, या मैं इलेक्शन में थोड़ी लड़ूंगा कि मुझे पब्लिक स्पीकर बनना है. Now that is the first misconception. Public speaking is not for professional speakers. Public speaking is just for everyone. If you are there in any job, if you're there in any job, any business, without public speaking, you cannot flourish. अगर आपको पब्लिक स्पीकिंग नहीं आता है, आप कोई भी डोमेन में रहो, चाहे आप स्पोर्ट्स में रहो, चाहे आप एक्टिंग में रहो, चाहे आप जॉब में रहो, मेडिकल प्रैक्टिस में रहो, इंजीनियरिंग में रहो, एनीवेयर, इवन पुलिसमैन, अगर आपको पब्लिक स्पीकिंग नहीं आता है, then you cannot prosper in your life. So public speaking, the first conception is, it's not professional speakers, it is for everyone. The second one, public speaking only happens from a stage. Again, wrong. Public speaking does not happen from a stage. Public speaking can happen from anywhere. You are at your home, 4 guests come in, your relatives, your father's friend, your mother's friend, and then your mother calls and introduces you to them. जब वो इंट्रोड्यूस करवाती है कि ये देखिए मेरा बेटा है, MSM स्कूल में पढ़ता है, या कोई भी एक स्कूल में पढ़ते हो आप. Some people have seen joined which are from other school, who are from other school, does not matter. So any school you're reading in or studying in, see, this was a literal translation. The moment I say reading in, कोई भी स्कूल में पढ़ रहे हो, हिंदी का साथ इंग्लिश बोलने गए तो reading in बोलेंगे. तो when it's a English, proper English, it should be whatever school you are studying in, right? So whatever school you are in, the mother introduces, you come and you cannot speak with them properly. You cannot tell a few words, a few sentences with them properly. That is where you go wrong with your public speaking. So public speaking is not for, professional speakers. Second thing is, public speaking is not about getting up on the stage and talking to 2,000 people or 1,000 people. Public speaking is all about speaking with anyone else. So that is a very important thing. And moment you can speak well, you can become someone great in your life. You see our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he speaks so well. And because of his oratory, a simple chai wala becomes a Prime Minister of the country. So you cannot get a better example than this. He used to sell tea. He cannot do anything else probably better than speaking. I do not mean any disrespect to him. He does a lot of things better than speaking as well. But what I meant to say is, even if he would have done those things, but he wouldn't have spoken properly, no one would have known him. मोदी अगर जितना अच्छा से काम वो कर रहे हैं, अगर उनको बोलना भी नहीं आया होता, तो वो अपना जो काम है वो लोगों तक पहुंचा नहीं पाते. सो उनके बारे में क्या बोलेंगे कि उनको अगर बोलना आता है तो उनको ये एडवांटेज है कि वो जो भी कर रहे हैं उसको इतने अच्छा तरह से बोल रहे हैं कि लोगों तक वो पहुंच रहा है. सो दैट इज वन इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ पब्लिक स्पीकिंग. द थर्ड थिंग इज, पब्लिक स्पीकिंग इज ओनली फॉर पीपल हु नो इंग्लिश प्रॉपरली. सो दैट इज अगेन अ रॉन्ग कंसेप्शन. ओके, we have got another 5 to 7 minutes. Are you okay or are you getting bored? Let me know. Public speaking, I'm going to shift to the skills of public speaking, but is it okay or you're getting bored? So in the meantime, when I check your answers, let me tell you the third misconception. The third misconception is public speaking is only for people who can speak English properly. Again, a wrong thing, because if people who speaks English properly would have also known how to speak publicly, then the countries where English is the first language, everyone would have been a public speaker. Yeah, Abhishek Das, I beg to differ that. I do not know what you want to differ, but whatever I said, if you understand properly that you need to speak properly for people to know what you're doing as well. There is a sentence, for example, that say, let your work speak, you do not speak. You do not beat your own drum. But those days are gone. You need to beat your own drum at times as well. If you can speak well, you can really put forward your thoughts, your way of thinking, and whatever you're doing. First thing, understand this: whatever you are doing, if you do not include people in your process, in your thought process, in your planning, people will not be with you. People will be on the other side. So very important to remember that you need to be a good orator to also tell people what nice work you are doing. The next thing is public speaking. Public speaking is only for people who are born speakers. Not again. Public speaking is a skill just like dancing. So if you can learn dancing, you can learn public speaking as well. So these are the few misconceptions that I'm clarifying. Now what we will do is, today we will do the first exercise of public speaking within the next 2 minutes, and I'm going to end my stream in another 5 minutes. I'll give the homework and then end the stream. So let me check if there are certain things that are written for me, because after that I'll come with the homework part. All right. Now the thing that I am asking you to do is very, very important. Now we will see where you stand today in terms of public speaking. क्या करना है? Where you stand today in terms of public speaking. Take up any topic about yourself, and you tell a story. You tell a story and record it on the mobile. Now I'll tell you a short story where I became known to the entire school. What happened till class 10, I was a very average student in the time, in sense my studies were well, but I was not known to the entire school. The first of thing, my height was only 5 feet 4, so I was a short fellow. I was a thin fellow, and I was probably, I didn't know what I'm good at. I studied, I came to the school, attended classes and went back home. My friends were there with me, but I was never a notable personality in the school till class 10th. Now in class 10th, what happened? There was a competition, extempo competition, and I participated in that. So when I participated in that, the background I'll share one more day, but what happened, the main part of that, I went on the stage and spoke for around 5 minutes. And in those 5 minutes, I remember my topic. My topic was, doing small things well is the way towards doing big things better. That was a chit that I picked up. Now when I spoke about the topic for 5 minutes, I do not remember, it's probably 3 to 5 minutes. That was the time limit. The entire hall was silent. They clapped thoroughly. And from next day, I was a known face in the school. The maths teacher, who never liked me because I was not so good in maths, he started, every time he used to call me to the board. Hey, do it. You're not studying. Where are your notebooks? Not complete. So all the time he used to scold me. But the day I spoke on the stage, the maths teacher came to the class and said, hey, Swaroop, you're a wonderful speaker, man. I loved your thing. And so nice. He started patting my back. And I was so surprised. The teacher, I thought, who hates me, who does not like me, and I did not like the teacher as well. All of a sudden, there was a bonding. There was a bonding between my maths teacher and myself, and the reason is public speaking. So understand one thing, if you speak, you can change things around. So now what you have to do is, stand where you are right now. This is called ground zero, and ask anyone to record your story for 1 minute. Now I share a story, you record your story just for 1 minute, and let me see if you can share that video with me. A few people can share it, or even if you don't want to share, it's okay. You keep the video with yourself. We will compare this video with the video that we will make after we finish the public speaking course. So we will be comparing these two videos. So it's very, very important. Make the video. Do not take it lightly. I'm telling again, it's very important. You keep this video that you're making right now. The entire body should be coming in that video. Tell anyone to record it and speak for 1 minute or 2 minutes. That's it. And then you just keep it. Keep it with you. And trust me, this video is going to be a very good reference video when we talk about the other skills of public speaking. Right? So I don't want to prolong my class anymore. 2 minutes left to 12. So today I took a bit longer class, mainly because tomorrow is a holiday. So enjoy, and do not forget what I told you. Be ready, huh? Record the video, 2 minutes, and keep it with you. If you want to send me as well. Now I'll very quickly go and check if anything anyone says, and otherwise we will go for it. When we are going to take relative pronouns, we will take it later on. Every day we will cover a little part of drama. All right, I think nothing much. Yesterday, Shivani complained that I didn't take your name. So Shivani, I'm taking your name today. It's nice that you've answered so many questions yesterday. I missed out somehow, but you've done a good job. The other thing is I have got some good videos from Kanishka Parvyani and Pragati Rathi and I loved a story as well that was shared with me. It was written by Nafre. So this is the name is not written, but Dr. Amol Nafre's daughter, she has also written a nice story as sent to me. So that's it. I will share with you the other things. The next day we will cover a little bit more of parts of speech, a little bit more of public speaking, and I'm pretty sure your English will become good. It does not matter whether you are from English medium background or not. The students are from English medium background, some parents also participating, other viewers are there, does not matter, but I can assure you one thing, you be attentive in these classes and it will change the way you speak. So thank you again, stay safe, stay healthy, eat well, drink a little bit of warm water or warm liquid every day, and keep washing your hands with a lot of soap and water. So thank you, have a good day, bye-bye. And do not forget, click the like button. I'm not getting too many likes. If you click the like button, I can understand you're liking my class, and then only I can get more motivated to take better classes. So thank you again. Namaste. Naresh Advani, I'll send the slide. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Bye.